everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Callie, this is Callie's Collectibles Reviews, and today I'm going to take a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Wave Hobgoblin. This guy was one of my all-time favourites in the animated series, voiced by the brilliant Mark Hamill. If you're a fan of the show, you know what the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm going to jump over into the review station and take a closer look at this guy. Okay, so here we are in the review station, and there the figure is with the packaging. We'll take a quick look at that first, as we always do here on the channel. And as you can see, without the camera glare getting on it, but some lovely retro action figure styled artwork there of the Hobgoblin. And it is so just like that 90s toy packaging, just recreated perfectly. Just, oh. We have the back of the box. There's a bio, if you want to give it a quick read, in multiple languages. Shows you how the accessories work and other figures in the wave. You've got the Spider Armor Mark 1. Get a bit closer. Spider Armor Mark 1. Hammerhead. Symbiote Spider-Man. I did pick this guy up at the same time as this Hobgoblin, so I will be reviewing him next. Ben Reilly Spider-Man and Marvel's Shocker. That's about it for the packaging. Not much more I can say really, so that's the fucking window with that. Alright then, moving swiftly on to the figure. Okay, so for height measurements, because a lot of people want to know kind of how tall these figures are, you're looking on this guy from his bottom of his boots to the top of his hat, you're looking at 6 and 3/4 inches, roughly. So yeah, that's how tall the figure stands. But as always, we're going to take a look at the accessories and then the figure, like I always do. First, we'll take a a closer look at his pumpkin satchel. There we go, words, I know them. Now, the weird thing with this is this buckle here is painted, as you can see, but this one down here isn't. But it's molded. It's molded in there, the buckle, the little button, even the stitching work. I don't know how well that's going to focus. The stitching work around the edging is actually molded in. So, I mean, it's well enough. I mean, this bit is solid plastic. This bit's a little bit flexible, but it goes on the figure. I'll show that off in a bit. Comes with, of course, a Goblin Glider done in a very, very nice purple plastic. I love the red for the eyes and the little face. This bit here is hollow. I don't know why. Maybe it's stability issue. I don't know. But there you go. Little feet hooks. That's it for the glider. Now, one accessory that I think every Goblin needs to come with is a pumpkin bomb, and this one is just amazingly well done. You can see all the little pumpkin lines in it. There's like smoke coming out the top or something to like look like the stem of the pumpkin. Even the bottom of it is nicely done. And it is actually a translucent orange. I don't know how well that's going to... Let me turn my light off. See how well that... There we go. You can kind of see where the light catches it. It is actually a translucent orange. So I love that little attention to detail there. So yeah, comes with a pumpkin bomb. He can hold it, kind of. It more sort of just rests in his hand. You have to be really careful with it, but I will show that off in posing in a little bit. Now, on to Hobgoblin himself, and I'd have to say, absolutely wonderful sculpt work on that face there. I know the hood looks like it's riding a little bit high. It's due to the way the articulation and the cape sits, because as you can see, the cape doesn't peg in, it just sits on his shoulders. If it sat more like that, like it was blowing outwards, you could bring the hood forward and it kind of fixes the issue. But once you get him onto the glider and in kind of a crouched flying pose, this doesn't become a problem because it naturally pushes itself forward and it looks more the way you remember it from the cartoon. So, but I mean, quite plain body, really. It's just blue arms, orange body, belt buckle with some paint details, blue legs, boots. There is kind of a texture to the top of the boots, like a, as you can see, it's like a leathery kind of look. It's the same with the gloves. They've got that kind of texture to them slightly. So there's that. Cape is nicely done. I love the colour orange they've done. It's much brighter on the camera, but in hand, it's much more kind of... It's not as bright, it's not as vibrant, but it still stands out nicely. And I love this tattered effect at the bottom. Like, it just, that screams Goblin. So, you know, awesome figure, awesome. I remember having the original figure that this one is based on as a kid, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But articulation on this guy, it's pretty much standard Marvel Legends at this point, but you've got a ball joint going down to a socket in the neck. So you get rotation. You get that far up, but it does break up the neck sculpt unless you kind of push the cape up. But even then, it's not a pretty sight. You know, you can go that far down, and you get a little bit of tilt, a little bit of attitude out of him, and that's it for the head. Arms are pretty much standard. There's no butterfly joint here, unfortunately, but you can go that far out to the side. You can do a full 360, but obviously you have to work around the cape. There you go. Same on both sides. Bicep joint, double jointed elbow. These bits do move. You can move these around. They are like a floating piece, but they're a bit of a pain to work with. But yeah, they do. These bits do move, and standard hinge joints for the hands. So you get rotation and all of that goodness there. You get a waist twist and, excuse me, ab crunch. So you get that far back, that far forward, and you get waist twist. You can hide that by just pushing the belt up onto it. It does kind of hinder it a little bit, but it makes the trunks look longer, which looks better in my opinion. Legs go, whoa, all the way out to the side. You can do the full splits. That far forward, back and slightly out to the side. You get that. Thigh rotation joint there, double jointed knees, rotation at the boot cut, and forward facing pin for ankle. So you get back and forth and ankle rocker there. So there you go. That is pretty much it for the Goblin just as is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw his accessories on and show you what he looks like. Catch you in a sec. Okay, so there we have Hobgoblin posed with his accessories, his glider, his pumpkin bag. I think that once you've got that bag on, you do have to take the head and the cape off to get the satchel on the way it shows you on the box. But once it's on, just that little bit of purple breaks up the blue and yellow costume, and it really pops, it really stands out, and I think it just adds that little bit more to the character. But yeah, I think that's a very, very nicely done figure, in my opinion. I will throw up some other characters for comparisons so you can see what it looks like with other Marvel Legends. Sticking with the theme of Spider-Man characters, here he is with the Skyline Sirens, I believe it was. It was the Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure wave, whatever wave that was. I picked her up in Toys R Us in Tamworth years ago, but yeah, I still have her. I think she looks pretty good with the Hobgoblin. Not spot on animated, but yeah, I think I can fudge it a little bit, you know, in the display. Here he is with the only other character that I have that has a vehicle, because I mean, technically that's his vehicle. Am I right or am I wrong? Squirrel Girl. Yeah. Okay. And here he is with Wolverine, simply because Mark Hamill at one time actually voiced both of these characters. He voiced the Hobgoblin in Spider-Man the Animated Series, and he voiced Wolverine in the PlayStation 2 game, Wolverine's Revenge, I believe it was called. I think I've got it somewhere. But yeah, so there you go. And I think they look pretty good together. So, yeah, there we go. Right, I'll jump out now and give you my final thoughts. Okay then, so that was my review of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Wave Hobgoblin. And I gotta say, oh, there he goes, off his glider. That is the one complaint I have, is that he doesn't like to stay on his glider. Once you get him on and sit him down, he's fine. But if you try to pick him up with it on, it just pops off his feet. So that is my one complaint with it. But other than that, damn good figure. Is it worth picking up? If you're like me, where you pick up Marvel Legends because you like that particular character, yes, definitely, because they don't come with Build-A-Figure pieces. They're standalone figures. You're not buying characters you don't know or don't like because you're trying to build a character that you do know or you do like. So these kind of retro carded waves, they've done like quite a lot of these, Hasbro. They've done like the Spider-Man wave, the X-Men. They even did like a throwback to like the Marvel superpower stuff with like the 80s and 70s, I think it was. So yeah, if you just like particular characters, I highly recommend getting these retro carded waves. But if you like buying the random figures just to check them out and build a figure, that's fine. Carry on. You do you. I'll do it my way. You do it your way. Let's carry on like that, shall we? But yeah, I picked this up in Toy Master in town. About 20 quid. Worth it. Definitely, just for the box art alone. I mean, I remember picking those boxes up when I was, when I was a kid, and having the original figures, the original Venom, Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, all the ones from the animated show, and I just loved them, absolutely loved them. And the box art was part of that. I used to keep the card backs and everything, even back then. So, yeah. But yeah, if you find this for a good price, and it's something you're into, if you're a fan of Spider-Man, especially the animated series, definitely pick these up. I shall catch you next time, where I'll be reviewing the same wave Symbiote Spider-Man, and I shall catch you in the next review. Bye for now, everyone.